In the last lesson, we explored Chinese characters. Today, we will dive into Pinyin, the system that records the pronunciation of Mandarin. Let's get started. What is Pinyin? The word Pinyin literally means spelled sounds. Pinyin is an incredible useful tool not only for foreigners learning Chinese, but also for native speakers. Every child in China learns Pinyin before they start learning characters. And even as adults, most people still use it every day for texting and typing. So, how does Pinyin work? Let's take a character you already know, Mu. Its Pinyin is Mu. The M is the initial, and the U is the final. The little mark on top of U is the tone mark. Most syllables in Mandarin follow this structure: initial, final, and tone. At the start of a syllable, we usually have a consonant sound. This is called the initial, or 声母 in Chinese. Some of the initials are easy because they sound almost the same as in English, like b, p, m. But a few are special and don't really exist in English, like 鸡, qi, xi. Now let's talk about the finals. It's called 韵母 in Chinese. Even though initials are consonants, finals are not always just vowels, especially when you get to compound finals. There's one special final you need to notice, that is 语. It looks like the letter U with the two dots on top. Now try it with me. 语, 语. It might feel tricky at first, right? But here's the trick. First, pronounce the English sound yi, yi, and then keep your tongue and teeth in the same position. Gradually round your lips. Round them tightly. Now try it again. Yi, yi. Here you go. Don't worry if it feels strange now. We'll go through all the finals and initials step by step in the following lessons. So as you can see, in Chinese, initials and finals are the basic building blocks of Pinyin. They are just the letters, or simple combinations of letters. Compared to English, Pinyin has a few more pieces to learn, but the good news is the pronunciation is very consistent. Once you learn a sound, it pretty much always stays the same. Now let's look at the tone mark above the final. Tone marks tell you exactly which tone to use when singing a syllable. Tone is called 声调 in Chinese, and honestly, it's super important. Why? You will see in just a moment. Chinese is a tonal language with four main tones: a flat tone, a rising tone, a falling rising tone, and a falling tone. Many people, however, refer to five tones. The so-called fifth tone is a neutral tone. It isn't actually a true tone. When a Chinese word has a neutral tone, it simply means it carries no specific tone at all. But what exactly is a tone? Is it just an intonation? Kind of, like in English, you can say words with different pitches or emphasis, like what? Yes. The difference is, in Mandarin, the tone of a syllable isn't just for expression. It actually changes the meaning. The same syllable can mean completely different things depending on its tone. Let's take the sound ma as an example. In Chinese, you can see this syllable 5 different ways. Ma. Ma means mom. Ma. Ma means numb. Ma. Ma means horse. Ma. Ma means to scored. And ma is a question particle. See? Same sound, 5 completely different meanings. That's why tones are not optional. You really have to learn them. Actually, using the wrong tone can easily confuse others. Here are some fun examples. 大人,大人 means grown-ups, while 打人,打人 means to hit people. 买,买 means to buy, while 卖, 卖 means to sell. I bet you don't want to mix these up when you are shopping in China. Chinese Pinyin is very important for learning, especially for listening and speaking. It's worth putting in the effort early on to practice Pinyin carefully. It will make your journey learning Chinese much smoother. Can I learn only Pinyin without characters? Good question. Some students ask me this. The answer really depends on your goals. If you have no plans to live in China and only need a few greetings for coworkers, then Pinyin might be enough. However, if you want to spend some time in China, pass the HSK test, or truly master the language, you will need to learn Chinese characters. Here's why. Survival. Even though we all learn Pinyin, nothing in China is actually written in Pinyin. Without knowing characters, you won't be able to recognize the signs, menus, or instructions. Clarity. Spoken Chinese can be confusing without characters. One Pinyin can correspond to multiple characters with completely different meanings. The more words you learn, the more essential characters become. Next one is logic. Knowing characters help you guess the meanings of new words. Some characters are complex, made of multiple radicals and strokes, but as you accumulate knowledge of commonly used characters, learning new ones becomes much easier. Culture. Chinese characters are not just about language. They also connect you with history and culture. Take the character Sen again, for example. It's made of 3 moves, and in traditional Chinese culture, the number 3 often means many. That's why you will find so many idioms and sayings with the number 3 in them. And here's something even cooler. For a long time, Japan and Korea also use the Chinese characters. So by learning Chinese characters, you're actually opening a door to the whole East Asian cultural world. The last reason is beauty. Chinese characters are just simply beautiful. Chinese calligraphy is considered an art form, and the characters themselves are elegant and visually stunning. Don't you think so? Alright, let's wrap up this lesson. Today we've learned what Pinyin is and what are initials, finals, and tones. Why Chinese tones matter more than you think, and why Pinyin cannot replace characters if you want to truly learn Chinese. In the next lesson, we will talk about the basic features of Chinese grammar. I'll see you next week here in my YouTube channel. Bye!